Once, I had two separate experiences where I met girls online who turned out to be younger than they had claimed. The first time, a girl sent me photos of her older sister, who was about my age. When we finally met for our first date, I immediately realized that the girl in front of me was not the one in the pictures. She was barely 18 and looked completely different. She quickly apologized and explained that she had been sending me her sister's photos. The age difference wasn't a huge issue, since she had just turned 18 a few days before our meeting, meaning nothing illegal had happened. We actually stayed friends for a few years after that. The second time was my last attempt at online dating. I was a third-year university student, and for several weeks, I had been chatting with a girl from another state. She told me she was 19, while I was 20, and her photos showed a beautiful red-haired girl, so I eagerly kept the conversation going despite the distance. Then, out of nowhere, she announced that she was taking a bus to my university and planned to spend the weekend with me. When I met her at the bus station, I barely recognized her. She vaguely resembled the girl from the pictures, but she looked much younger, like she could be the daughter of the girl I had seen online. I decided to be polite, but quickly realized that taking a girl who looked about 14 to 16 to university parties was a terrible idea. I told her there were no parties that weekend and instead took her to my parents' house where she could stay safely until Sunday and then go home. The next evening, while we were sitting on the floor watching a movie, my parents' phone rang. I picked up and heard a panicked woman sobbing, begging me to tell her where her daughter was and if she was safe. That's when it hit me: I was harboring a runaway teenager. I handed the phone to the girl so she could talk to her mother, quickly packed up her things, and loaded them into my car. It turned out her mother had tracked down my phone number and had already driven to my university to search for her daughter. I reassured her that I would bring the girl back to campus right away so she could pick her up. We didn't even make it out of the driveway before police cars pulled up. One officer took one look at me, then at the girl, and asked, "Is this her?" I just sighed and said, "Yeah, guys, take her home," and that was that.